So good morning and welcome this morning. My name's Esther Fransham and I'm going to give you a taste of the class that I teach, which is the Pilates Posture Project. So we always start off rolling our feet with the prickle ball, and then we do some mobility work, and then we do some core work, we do some shoulder and hip work, and then we have a stretch afterwards. So it tends to follow that pattern, but each week we will focus either on joints or a particular part of the body, be it wrists, elbows, ankles, shoulders, abdominals, spine, hips, pelvis, knees. So it's all these different things that we put together. And also I ask my clients what it is that they would actually like to focus on. So we had our final session for this last 6-week block, and our next 6-week block starts on the 5th of June for 6 weeks. And a lot of clients have asked for shoulder focus, but particularly the achy bit of the shoulders when you're leaning forwards. Because the class is posture focused, then people finding that they get quite tight in their shoulders, and that will be from lifestyle, but particularly from work, because I have a lot of people who do desk work who come to this class. And the other thing was the strength in their core as well, and in their abdominals. So that's something that we're going to look at a little bit more next term for the next course. So I just wanted to start off with, so the equipment that we use, we always have a folded towel. So this is a great piece of kit that can be put underneath the head, or underneath the shoulders, or underneath the back, knees, feet, anything. So a folded towel is always quite good. A swimming towel or a shower towel. You don't want a massive bath sheet though. So there's that. We do use the activation band. So this is quite a large, thick, chunky band, but whatever loop or band you've got will do to start off with. And then once you get into using the equipment, then you can get your own. We do also use stimulating prickle balls. Now we always start off with the feet and rolling the feet on the stimulating prickle balls, which is really, really important, and it just helps to allow the fascia in the body to glide better, so that when we stand and we move around, we can feel how the small movement of these can help to change our posture. And once we have that realization, then we can help to strengthen and change the posture as well, which is all really important. And then we have resistance bands. So a lot of people have got a more beginnery type resistance band, and some people have got a stronger, more intermediate resistance band. It doesn't matter which type, just not too strong, because when we go to move our arms, obviously we want to avoid the shoulders raising up. So we want to open the arms, lengthen, open through the chest, and help to strengthen up through the shoulders. And the posture chain, so the posterior chain of muscles is everything that runs down the back of the body. So that's the equipment we use. So let's just do a quick little taster for you. So we start off with the prickle balls and we roll the feet on the prickle balls. So it's like hoovering a room. You don't go up and down in the same spot. You do the toes, the roots of the toes, the side of the foot, the arch, and the inner foot, the heel, and just all the way around. And then we always check in to see and notice the difference. So we do both feet. So I'm just going to even up both my feet, because it will feel very peculiar if I don't. So here, I'm working through the foot. And then once we've done that, we'll just check in with our posture. So just rolling, standing, feeling where it is. And then we'll do a bit of mobility. So I'm just going to do some really nice big global moves with you just now. So rippling through the spine is lovely. So you open the back and open the chest. So here, opening through the back. And then slide your hands down your thighs and just lengthen and round the spine as well. So lengthening and rounding the back and really working in through the lower back, because that can get really tight. So then just come back up to standing. And then we do a little bit of rotational work. So again, just to open up through the chest, but also to get the spine moving, because that's really important, because the spine can get very stiff, or the muscles around the spine, I should say, get very stiff and tight, just holding your posture. So getting a bit of rotational movement really helps to get all the juices and get your spine feeling lovely and juicy. So then we'll do some lateral flexion. So again, just taking the hand down to the side. So just working the 3 directions of the spine. So just taking the arm up and over. That's it. There we go. So reaching down and reaching over. So just typically going through those motions, making sure that the spine is nicely oiled and that the body's ready to work. Then we'll maybe do a little bit of balance work. So standing on one leg here and just challenging that, and also noticing how the tone changes in your abdominals. So as you stand, everything might feel quite soft, and then when you go to stand on one leg, that's changed. And then we'll typically go to an upper body exercise, and we'll probably use the band. So we just bend the knees. So here, the band will cross the palms of the hands, and you just trap the hands. Now this exercise is called the dumb waiter, and it's called that because you open the hands out. So we start off by checking in with the move itself and just noticing how the shoulders are gliding or how they're feeling in the morning. And then we'll take the band. So we'll start off with a slack band, just picking up the tension through the shoulders and through the back of the body. And then we'll perhaps shorten the band, and we'll take that and we'll open the hands there. So by picking up the tension of the band, you start to feel the work. Now if it's too tight, the shoulders will come forwards, or the shoulders will come up to the ears. So we focus very much on length through the spine and length between the ears and shoulders. So if I stand sideways on, we're looking at keeping the shoulder blades back and down. So that's a bit of resistance work that we'll do with the band. Then we'll perhaps typically come down onto the floor and do some work, and we'll use the activation band. So just popping your feet into the activation band, and we tend to use the band about mid-thigh, but if you want to make it easier, we pull it up, or harder, we just lower the band. So then we just come down onto the floor, and an exercise that I love with this is the shoulder bridge. So coming down onto the floor then, just finding neutral spine, finding how we're feeling, how we're lying, and then we just start off by flattening the back, and then we peel the spine up. So taking this back up and down off the floor, so it's really good. You've got the nice flatness of the mat and the floor, so that you can wiggle your shoulders and your back onto the mat. So from here, we might take the arms over, wide, and then we'll open the knees. So we're targeting the gluteal muscles, which will really help to support the back in our posture. So just strengthening the glutes, and then we'll roll down. So another exercise that we might do with the activation band would be on our side. So we'd be in the oyster position. Here again, just opening the knees up. So because we've got the restriction of the band, we can't necessarily open the knee very wide, but we've got the resistance so that we're actually working very hard against that. So we'll do those exercises on both sides, and then we'll potentially just lose the activation band. We'll probably do some work on our core, on our tummies, to help with the posture. So we'd come onto our fronts, and an exercise I like doing here is a VW. So you start off with your arms in a V shape, and you bring the arms down to a W. So working through this, we might use a piece of equipment, we might just focus on keeping our abdominals engaged. So here we've got plenty of scope for working through the upper back. And then we'll perhaps do some stretches. That's it. So rounding through the stretch. And one exercise or stretch that I do like doing is a 90-90, which helps with hip mobility. So we'd sit up tall, so coming towards the end of the class then, you pop your feet wide of the mat and bring the knees down so that you have this 90-90 shape. So taking it from one side to the other. And then if you wanted to challenge yourself, you could perhaps do this without putting your hands on the floor. And that really helps to get nice and deep into the hips. But obviously it depends on my clients, depends on how they're feeling that day as to whether they partake in doing that particular exercise or any of the others. So it does depend on the things, I want to say complaints, but it's the conversation that the bodies hold, whether it's bad knees, shoulders, elbows, feet, neck, hips, because I have people with hip replacements. So it's just really using what my clients have got and what they're focused on and what they want to achieve, and building a class around that. So there we go. That's a quick taste and a quick sort of run through of the sort of things that I do in my class, which is called the Pilates Posture Project. So if that is interesting to you and you'd like a little bit more information, then please do drop me a message and I shall send you details on how to join this amazing class. All right, take care. Have a really fabulous day, and I look forward to meeting you soon. Lots of love.